I know I probably should have waited till tomorrow to do this video, but I just could not sleep until I put it out here. I think I know what happened with the Fitzgerald. Now, other than what we already know, there were still a lot of unanswered questions in this video in light of what we know now about the Russian desire to either tap or cut these submarine cables, and knowing that there was one in the vicinity. I want to walk you through this again. We have seen this video clip a million times. This is the one with the ACX crystal, the Wan Hai, and I want you to pay very, very close attention to that Bai Chi, where's it at? Bai Chi Bridge. Because I think this ship is involved. Now, the one thing we know right off the bat is that the captain of the crystal lied multiple times when, based on the evidence that was put before us, he wouldn't have had to. He would have been exonerated, given the rules of the road out there at sea, that he would have been the one that had the right-of-way, allegedly. So why was he lying? I think we know why. I'm going to go ahead and play this forward. Now, the Bai Chi Bridge is already here. It is not even 1 o'clock yet. 15:52. This is 12:52 a.m. local time. All right, playing forward. I don't know why this thing is popping in and out of focus, but okay, very familiar here. Bai Chi Bridge, boom, right there. Now, I hadn't noticed that before. The Bai Chi Bridge, I'm going to back this up a little bit, turns off her AIS transponder after coming to a complete stop at 2 minutes before 1 o'clock in the morning. So she was already in the vicinity, waiting, stopped, right by that cable. Literally right next to it. Now, very, very familiar with this track here. We have the Wan Hai, of course, up here. Something else that came to me. The captain said prior to the collision he was running parallel with the vessel before he hit it. Now, why would the captain of the ship, given that we know the Navy captains were in bed, why is this guy not only awake, but he's awake and he has night vision goggles, night vision binoculars, scanning the sea? Why? Why is just some average ship captain at 1:30 in the morning, when clearly it's safe enough to drop anchor and turn off your AIS transponder like the Bai Chi Bridge has done, why is he scanning the water? I bet I know why. I'll bet one of these ROVs went missing. Or it was on a mission and the ship that was supposed to keep track of it lost their tether on it. And I'll bet you any amount of money the U.S. Navy got wind of it. And that's why they sent the Fitzgerald down there like a bat out of hell, thinking, okay, we got these people, we've got the technology, we're going to find this thing, and we're going to catch these SOBs red-handed. Now, who these people are could very well be the Chinese in this particular case. Maybe in conjunction with the Russians, we don't know, but we're going to continue to play forward. Now, as we've noticed here, the reason I stopped it is because, you know, this is where the ACX crystal makes her turn, the Wan Hai doesn't. I think whoever lost this got wind that the Navy knew about it, and they said, hey, we need a hand out here. And so this vessel was instructed, there's going to be a Navy vessel looking for this. We need to have an accident happen. Now the Bai Chi Bridge turns on her transponder again. Probably to keep from they probably just didn't feel safe at that point. I'll bet the Bai Chi Bridge was the launch vessel for this ROV. So this is where the accident allegedly happens. Now remember, we have all of this unexplained turns and going around and coming back. I think this is what's going on. The ACX crystal does her job because remember, she turned left to intercept her and then right to intercept her. She didn't turn left to miss her and then hit her anyway. She turned both directions trying to hit the Fitz. So we're going to play forward some more. Okay, and instead of just loitering like any normal ship would do, it just continues down its course. Beeline for the Baichi Bridge. Okay, so they've done their job. They've taken out the Navy vessel, but they still got to find their lost little ROV, the one that was supposed to be down tapping the cable or cutting the cable or doing whatever it was supposed to do. So the Crystal does a quick inspection of the area around the Baichi Bridge. And look, just as this high-speed passenger ferry comes close, the Baichi Bridge turns her vessel off, turns her thing off again. This is a high-speed transport ferry, the Kiso. I looked it up. So the Crystal, realizing, okay, it's not east of her for sure, we're going to go back and we're going to find this thing. So it picks up speed and it heads back. Meanwhile, the Fitz is floundering. No phone call made, no nothing, no hey, we hit a destroyer, nothing until about now. Now, allegedly, is when the phone call happens. And here we are, comes back to the location, and is looking for this. This is what I think is going on here. In fact, I personally think this is another event here with the Fitzgerald because of this. And we've covered this a million times. 242 degrees, facing that way, and then all of a sudden some hiccup. We don't see any other hiccups. Everything else is moving. And then all of a sudden, boom. Facing the other direction, going a completely different speed. Now watch this. This is searching. They might have gotten a ping from this thing. They might have gotten some kind of a signal that they knew it was close. And so they search. And here's the thing that I thought was the strangest. It's the speed here. And it keeps moving, sorry. The speed here drops to less than a knot. 0.8 knot. 0.5 knot. This is where, and this little backup maneuver right here, this is where they find it. This is where they find this thing that either did or didn't complete its mission, one way or the other. And they recover it. Now, once they have it in their hot little hands, they beat feet like a bat out of hell. And away they go. And instead of, remember they said, oh, we had to make that first turn because we needed to stay in the separation scheme to go up that channel. Well, what do? Do they actually go up the channel? Nope, they sure don't. They go around the outside of this island, so they don't even resume their normal course. And also what we know from other videos that I've done and other research is that they go out here to the other side of this island and they loiter for 3 hours before heading into Tokyo. For 3 hours, what were they doing? I know what they were doing. They were waiting on a vessel, more than likely from, I'm going to say probably China, to come get this little piece of technology that went astray. And they couldn't risk the U.S. finding it and getting their hands on it and catching them red-handed spying on the Japanese. And of course, we never hear again from the Baichi Bridge. And just for, curiosity's sake, I went ahead and took a look at where they are currently. They're headed for Oakland, allegedly. Destination U.S. Oak. I have to assume that's Oakland. But strange enough here, I spent a year here at the language school. I was actually stationed out here during the Loma Prieta earthquake. That was the earthquake that happened during the World Series in 1989. That's where I met my better half, actually. I don't remember there being any ports big enough to handle a ship as big as the Baichi Bridge. And the Baichi Bridge is every bit as big as the ACX Crystal. It's huge. It's a big container ship. And this positioning has actually changed since the last time I looked at this before I made the video. It was facing the other direction, and it was about right here. So I'm not sure what it would have been doing. This is Fort Ord. This is where Fort Ord used to be. Lot of little towns in here. Carmel by the Sea, Asilomar Beach. There's nothing in here that would. There's no big port here. It's real. Monterey Bay is very, very deep. Monterey Bay Aquarium's here. It's a really wonderful place. You have a chance to go visit. We almost settled there, but anyway, I digress. So I know this might be a stretch, guys, but this area might not have been chance. What happened here might have had everything to do with that cable. And this might have been an issue here where either the U.S. vessel was set up or it was taken out so that it didn't find something that the Chinese did not want it to find. The ACX Crystal might have been the primary and the Wanhai might have been their backup, their secondary, to deal with this. Because they couldn't dispatch a military vessel and sink it. They couldn't torp it. They had to make it look like an accident. And you remember after this, they had the giant sea search for allegedly the missing sailors. I was thought, how do they think that they're out in the water somewhere? That water coming blasting in would have blasted them back into the ship. It wouldn't have sucked them back out. And even if it did, by some chance, they would have been right around the ship somewhere. So they were looking for that ROV, and that ship found it first. At least that's my theory here. So tell me what you think, folks. At least I can sleep better now. Like, share, subscribe, and we will see you next time. Thank you.